right, I want to come back to my riff for this evening. Like I said, conservatives are happy, all right, period. And liberals are not, period. You got a couple new surveys that show this. I'm sorry to see it, because I don't like unhappiness, okay? And I know some Democrats and liberals who are okay. But a brand new study shows, listen to this, Republicans are happier in their marriages than Democrats. Well, heck, I knew that. My saintly wife and I are marching towards our 36th anniversary. But the American Family Survey found that 48% of Republican men are completely satisfied in their marriage, and 42% of Republican married women are completely satisfied. But on the flip side, only 36% of Democratic men and only 29% of Democrat married women said they are completely satisfied. Sorry to hear this. Republicans tend to embrace traditional gender value roles, while Democrats tend to question it. Modern liberal Democrats attribute gender roles to established gender norms that they deem oppressive. The survey found liberals' stay-at-home husbands are in, while concepts like the man is the head of the household are offensive and out in the new liberal world. Masculinity is toxic. And listen to this, stay-at-home moms is code for slave. Oh, my gosh. This is the liberal left woke culture among unhappy people. And actually, maybe even more important, the survey found in general, married or not, conservatives have comparatively greater happiness, goes beyond marriage. Get this, 37% of conservative men reported they're completely satisfied with their lives versus 21% of liberal men. The biggest discrepancy between women, liberal women are the least happy, with only 15% stating they are completely satisfied in their lives. Contrast that with 31% of conservative women. Wow. This is most unfortunate. I mean, I prefer happiness myself. I'm not a victim of anything. I know some liberals who are happy and have great marriages, okay? That's just a personal observation. This is a large survey from the Center on American Life, and it gives a much bigger view. Survey also reveals conservative couples tend to know that traditional values and lifestyles are the best at cultivating loving and fulfilling lives. Nothing wrong with conservative traditional values and lifestyles, yet another study just out says conservative teenagers are generally happier than their liberal peers. This is from the Journal of Social Science and Medicine, Mental Health. It looked at 12th graders from 2005 to 2018 and those who align with conservatism, which was defined in the study as, quote, support of individual liberty, right-wing social and religious values, and unregulated free markets, end quote. Liberalism was defined as, quote, support of equal opportunity, free but semi-regulated markets, civil liberties, and social justice, end quote. The research found that conservatives reported lower average depressive affect, lower self-derogation, loneliness scores, and higher self-esteem. In other words, in plain English, conservative kids are not depressed, they don't beat themselves up, they are not lonely, and they have much more self-esteem. Now, Columbia University sociologist Musa El-Garbi reports in an article for American Affairs that conservatives not only have higher levels of happiness, they report having higher levels of meaning in their lives, and I'll quote, conservatives are more likely to be patriotic and religious. And Mr. El-Garbi writes, now there's more. They are more likely to be happily married and less likely to divorce. Religiosity, in turn, correlates with greater subjective and objective well-being. So does patriotism. So does marriage, end quote. Interestingly, finally, New York Times columnist David Brooks, who's a friend of mine, he started out as a conservative. He's much more liberal down through the years, but he writes, and I'll quote, many on the left began to suffer from what you might call maladaptive sadness, with its three main features being, I'm quoting David Brooks, catastrophizing mentality, extreme sensitivity to harm, and a culture of denunciation. He went on to say, they believe American dream is a sham, climate change is unstoppable, and systemic racism is eternal, end quote. Wow. Again, you know, look, folks, nothing in life is perfect. It just seems like liberals, young and old, married or single, just believe that everything in life is bad and that really America's bad. And instead of working to make things better, like a hard work at a job that's well done in any field, liberals will just rather be unhappy, pessimistic, complaining, victimized. For me, in my life, I've come to believe that faith and hard work solves a lot of problems. Also, happier people spend more money. Happier people invest more to promote widespread prosperity. How about that? Economics. I also believe that America, with all of its freedoms and its free market capitalism, is the greatest country in all of history. And I also believe there are many imperfections, but you can work hard to try to fix them. I'm sorry to hear about all these unhappy liberals. Maybe they should just go out and marry a Republican. But I will say, save America, conserve and support our traditional values. All right, that's my riff.